classical literature has been taken out, okay? And I say taken out, it has gone from 50 to 30%, okay? And they have added 70% of the, lost the term.
You're going to ask.
70, it's the, Jim, you mentioned it, the documents, the manuals, yeah, I can't remember the term that they use, but it is the actual indoctrination of the literature that they're having, where the children are reading manuals, and when you do that, you are learning in blips and spurts rather than smooth reading. Also, the content of what you're reading is important. What happens to the brain at that point? The development of critical thinking stops when you have the, why can't I think of that term? I know it as well as my own name, but when you have that type of learning going on and reading going on, it does prevent. No, it's not indoctrination. It's the manuals. I can't think of the term. And I'll think of it later, but the point is, you want critical thinking to continue. The federal government does not. That's why they have made this demand on releasing the classical literature. And the classical literature teaches the child about mankind and themselves, whereas these manuals, reading them doesn't teach them anything about themselves or mankind or our society. So that's a big thing with Common Core. The other issue that you mentioned in your opening statement was that you're against the educational fund.
I am.
Did you know it has nothing to do with what you stated?
In my opinion, it does. It's a principle of the matter.
No.
Where does it end?
Wait, I'll get to that.
You've been going on for 5 minutes. Can I before you forget?
Have I been going on for 5 minutes?
Before I forget, can I address some of the things you said? Okay. Let's go to Common Core and Dr. Stotsky. I'm the only candidate that attended the Common Core meeting that our commissioners held with the panel that they had. Okay. The only candidate that attended that. Okay. Afterwards, I went and spoke to Dr. Stotsky. There were only 2 things in that whole Common Core that I found of value. One was Dr. Stotsky. And I've emailed her a few times, and she has suggested things to me that I think are valid. The other was that the superintendent of schools, Steve Guthrie, was there. He did not participate, but at least he was there to listen. And he heard what parents had to say. I heard what they had to say also.
So did I.
And at least he was there, he listened to what they had to say, and he spoke to a few of them afterwards. Those were the 2 most important things I found out of that meeting. And I have communicated with Dr. Stotsky. How many other candidates have since that event? Or did they just walk home, or even the commissioners that were there, some of them, left and never thought twice about it? There was something else that you said, and I forget what it was. That's why I was trying to interrupt before I forgot everything you talked about.
Critical thinking?
No, it wasn't about critical thinking. I'm sorry.
The literature?
No, it had something to do the effect with, my thinking was something to do the effect with parents being involved again, but I forget, so I apologize. So if you could go on to your next thing.
Okay. With the educational fund, we have private schools and home schools and religious schools involved there. These are 25% of our students who do not attend public school. Those 25% of the students, each student is in the public school system, it takes $12,000 a year to educate those children.
Yes, I've seen all that information.
Okay, and because of that, them going on their own and learning on their own through another method, that saves our school system that $12,000, okay? And you add that up, multiply that times 25%. That saves our school system a heck of a lot of money. And you begrudge $1,000 a year to those parents? Now,
can I answer it before I forget?
One sec. You can't begrudge them $1,000 a year when they are saving so much money for our county, because
one doesn't have to do with the other, in my opinion.
It does, because these people are sacrificing their time, their effort, and many people have said that these parents are wealthy and can afford to do that, so they don't need the money. That isn't true. I know most of those people sacrifice everything, and the mom stays home with her children and doesn't make any money. So, and then when you say, where does it end?
Yes.
It doesn't end if it's a program that has been developed for businesses in the community and others to donate to, rather than taxpayers' money having to be. But taxpayers' money was set up.
But if the budget passes with it, we're talking $800,000 of the taxpayers' money.
It was not 800,000.
400,000 one year.
Right.
400,000 being proposed this year. I'm from the old school math. That's 800.
That's 800,000. Okay, I thought you were talking originally.
No.
Okay, but that 800,000 is the end of the county money.
Supposedly the last 400,000 was the end. Weren't we told that the last 400,000, it was one time? We were told that.
Yes.
Oh, so now a politician is saying that this one's going to be the last time also.
What politician is that?
The ones that are in office. Well, they were told us the first time that this was...
Who is in office that said that?
Okay, we have 5 commissioners in office.
Yes.
They said this was a one-time program.
So okay.
Now they're doing it again. Mm-hmm. And they're telling you it's going to be the last time.
That's right.
But we believed them the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We should believe them the second time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because the problem is Audrey Simino is the one that's in charge of that money. The county commissioners are not.
I know that.
Okay.
I'm totally aware.
All right.
And Audrey Simino is a very good person.
Well, obviously, she's not handling things very well, or we wouldn't have had to give the other 400,000.
Well, I'm talking about the character of Audrey Simino. She is a very good person.
Anybody else? All right.
Someone said they had a question.
Huh? Does somebody else have another question? No?
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.